Welcome to another keyboard, lesson on one now. I found out this then. I was posting some pictures on YouTube. There's a keyboard group that I'm part of, and I was posting these pictures and about the keyboard, of course. And I found a pattern within them. I realized something, and I felt like sharing it with you. Even though I don't know its importance as of now, because I don't really know how it helps, in the bigger picture, but I feel like I should share it. Maybe somebody else could be like, oh no, nigga, you can use it for this or you can use it for that. So, I'm just going to share it. Probably other people know of this, but this is the first time that I realize this thing. So I feel like sharing it to you now. All right. So with triad chords, oh my God. Sorry about that. With triad chords, all right, we have the majors and the minors. If you want to find what key a chord belongs in, it's right there in the notes. Yes, it is. But not necessarily in the way that you're thinking. With major chords, it's a bit simpler. For example, taking a C chord, C major chord, this chord, you can tell right from the start that, oh, it's in the key of C. But every chord, of what I've realized, are in three keys. This C major chord, you can find it in three keys. And how do you know about this? How do you find out these three keys just from this chord? It's very simple. First, you take this C chord, since obviously in our major chord, always the first one is the key of the song, is the key of the chord, no matter what, it's always S. Now, so you take that C, you play its key, and then you find out the fourth and fifth note within that key, and those are the keys that this C chord can be placed in, not as a passing chord, but as a diatonic chord on its own, and it will be just beautiful and whatnot. So let's see how we can find that. You find a twist in it. You just wait. So for example, we start with our C and we play our we do our 1, 2, 3 to get to our fourth and fifth note to find out. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our fourth and our fifth. Our fourth is our F and our fifth is our G. So which means our C chord can be played in the key of C, F, and G. As you realize something, within that C chord, we had our G chord too, which means that our first and our fifth notes is what this C chord can be played in. So already you know two keys in which our C chord can be played in. All you have to find is the fourth note of that C key, and you know all the three keys for that C particular chord. It may be confusing at first, but you just gotta look at it and you understand it, very easily actually. So let's probably use a different chord for me to explain it again. Let's say this is for major chords, right? So now A major, which is this, and that, right? Okay. So we want to find the the keys in which you can fit our A major chord. Sorry, when I'm done with this one, I'll fit them within the various keys and then you see what I mean. So already we know that our first and our fifth chord, our first and our fifth note is the key in which A can be fitted in. What we are left to find is our fourth note of our A key. And now for our A key, it's our do, re, mi, fa. So this is our fourth note, which is a D. So which means our A chord can be fit in A, D, or E. Let's see if it's true. Let's do our do, re, mi, fa, so for A. Right there we can actually see re, mi, fa, so. See, in our do, re, mi, we have A, B in it. We have C sharp in it. We had all three notes in our A key. Let's try the same for our D and see if we can have the same thing for our D key. Now, for our D key, we have the. You see, we have already we've gotten our E and we've gotten our A. Now let's see if we can get our C sharp. We had that one too. which means A also fits in. Now let's try for our E. We have our E already. We have our A. We have our C sharp too. And we are done. As you can clearly see, this A chord fits for those three keys, which shows that all major chords, not necessarily all major chords, but all chords, triad chords, so far that's what I've realized, all those triad chords can fit for three keys at a time. Three keys, strongly as a diatonic. So if you have some chords together and you don't really know what key they belong to, you can use this method to find it out without actually having to play it first. Now let's do the same for a minor chord. I'm going to pick with a C minor. A minor chord, you cannot use the first and fifth. It won't work. You have to use this, the minor third, this note. That's the one that will work for it. But now that we know our E flat is the key, how do we find our second and third? You use the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our fourth and fifth note is the key of this chord. It's the key that this chord can be in. So let's see if it's true. 4, 5, right? So now let's see if it's indeed it can fit. We have our E flat already being popped. Then we have this and we have that. We have our G, haha. And then we go to this. Then we come here. Oh my God, we got our C, baby. We got our C. Then we move to this. We end on our E flat. Beautiful. Let's do the same thing for our A flat, which is the same as this. You see, we got our C. Isn't that beautiful? We have our E flat. We have our G. See, everything fell in place. We got all three. Now let's do the same for our B flat. We have this. We have C. Right there, we got our C. Then we move to a D, and then we have 1, 2. Now let's see if we can get a third. We got our G. Sorry, I forgot. I nearly forgot. I was focused on finding anything that I kind of forget. But you can clearly see that I got mine. We got our 3. So if you have that kind of problem, you can use this method to find what key our various chords belong to. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching.